Live from San Fran, California. All right, guys, we should be going live. Let us know when you can see the stream and you can hear us, and we will get it. This awesome Borderlands Handsome Collection Play and Learn going. All right, I think they see it. Eeyore says, "Shh." Zerin, I can hear you. Awesome. All right, guys, welcome to this amazing Play and Learn. I've been so excited. I lost my headphones.
Hey, so this is Daniel, aka Trojan Dan, on the sticks. We're joined by a few of our Easy Elite.
That is right. All right, headphones plugged back in. I was so excited I actually knocked my headphones off of my head. Super excited about this. Last time we had Trojan Dan on the Play and Learn. People were asking, is 2K coming out with Borderlands? Well, they did. So we got the remake. And we actually have Jovith from 2K joining the Play and Learn with us today, who can answer all of your questions. And, of course, Daniel's going to be able to answer all of your questions. So always keep those great questions coming in. Blaine is back as well. And Nathan, the most famous because he gives out the racks, which today, thank you, Jovith, for giving us a code to give away. And we got some $15 gift card racks. And we got a new thing called Easy Loot Trivia, where we'll ask you a question on the game, probably on Borderlands history, some throughout the stream. I'm going to let Jovith ask that question. The first one to get the correct full answer is also going to receive a $15 gift card today. So, again, that's our new Easy Loot Trivia. But I'm not going to talk much when we get a full house like this of devs and pubs. I try not to talk as much, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Jovith from 2K, and then we'll hand it off to Daniel. But real quick before you start, Jovith, I apologize. If you want to join co-op, if you've got the game purchased and downloaded and want to play with Daniel, type your gamer tag in the Twitch chat, and while Jovith and Daniel are talking, we're going to go ahead and add you guys to the game for the stream today.
And add Trojan Dan to your friends list, just so it's easy for us to find.
Cool, go ahead, Jovith.
Yeah, no, thanks. Hey guys, I'm just super excited to be here. It's the first time I've done this, so it's kind of exciting for me because I'm new to this whole experience. But I want to first take some time to thank you all for going out there and being the cream of the crop and going the extra mile and learning more about the game. So really appreciate you guys doing that for us. Borderlands: The Handsome Collection is one of the most exciting remasters we've done in a while. It includes everything that you could possibly imagine, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel, so I'm sure you guys might have a lot of questions. And I'm here to be more than happy to answer all of them. So, yeah, let them come my way.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll start a new game here. We'll watch a cutscene, and then we'll get a couple of people in for some 4-player co-op.
All right. So it looks like we're starting to get a few questions. So, Nathan, were you gonna?
Yeah, we'll get the questions. We're just gonna let the let's let the screen trailer, the intro trailer, go in, and then we'll start answering all the questions.
Sounds good to me.
You've got some explaining to do, Tiger. Trained from childhood as an Atlas assassin with over 1,000 successful jobs to your name. Damn near killed my 2 best men before they brought you in.
She said we're her best men. That makes me feel good. Ow.
Here's how it is, Athena. I'm gonna ask you a single question, and if I don't like your answer, you will die. Aim at the prisoner. Now, I will ask you this only once. Why? That is a long story. After the fall of General Knox, I wandered Pandora as a hired gun. One day, I received a job offer from a low-level Hyperion programmer. Come to the moon, it said.
It's actually Jovith. If you want to talk about while this trailer's going on with the backstory, or actually this is the pre-sequel, so I guess technically it is considered a backstory. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, of course. So after, so obviously Borderlands 2 was about Handsome Jack, and I'm sorry, we have to talk about spoilers when you talk about this. So I'm assuming you all played Borderlands 2 by now, but at the end of Borderlands,
I mean, if
Yeah,
not,
I'm gonna assume by now you've
Yeah,
experienced it.
if not, the statute
Handsome
of
Jack
limitations
meets his
stuff.
demise at the very end, and so what we sort of wanted to do is sort of explore how that guy sort of became, the villain of the story. So what we wanted to do with this is explore, how this guy who used to be a good guy sort of transformed into that maniacal sort of tyrant that you saw at the very end of Borderlands 2. So you got 4 new characters, and it shows how Handsome Jack sort of recruited them on this mission to sort of save the world according to him. And throughout the game for the pre-sequel, you sort of see him transform into this hero to villain. So it's really, really cool. For us, we were very excited to sort of explore the many different facets of this character. So again, if you haven't checked it out, please do. It has some pretty important story lore that connects to Borderlands 2, and in fact, the new DLC that just came out also today, Claptastic Voyage, does a very good job of bridging the gap between the 2 games. So it actually looks like we do have a question coming up, and it looks like Abdiminshi, sorry if I say your name wrong. He's asking, how does the Xbox 360 to Xbox One save transfer work? It's a very good question and a very important one too. So one of the things that you need to do, first of all, is make sure that all versions of the game are up to date. That means your Xbox 360 version and your Xbox One version are all patched up, ready to go. From the main menu, there's going to be a new function from the Xbox 360 version, and it says Cloud Save. What you're going to do is upload your saves via Cloud Save, and then you're going to hop onto your Xbox One, again, ensuring it's all updated. And then you'll be able to download your characters on there. You can only do one at a time, though, so make sure that you take some time to sort and organize all of your things. Everything transfers except for golden keys and your badass points. So make sure that you spend all the golden keys that you can before you transfer, so that when you transfer your character over, you'll have anything that you want that you bought with those golden keys.
Awesome.
Claptrap. That's my favorite character, I think, in all games. That was awesome. I love Claptrap.
Claptrap's amazing. He's so
As a
funny.
mistake.
As a mistake, of course.
All right. Well, awesome.
If the lost
Great
legion
intro.
hadn't
Great
ambushed
backstory.
Helios Station,
Not sure how long this
everything
trailer
might
is,
have
but
gone a
I'm
different
excited
way.
to get into the gameplay.
Yeah, we've got,
the intro kind of takes a while.
intro's a little long, but that's okay. We've got 3 people: Monostrea, Zombie Kittyman, and Zero, followed by 7 sevens.
Okay.
That will be joining us. So I'll send you guys an invite, and
Yeah.
once this.
Help Trojan Dan out. Oh, who is it? Monostray, Zombie, and 077777. If you can go ahead and friend Trojan Dan real quick, I'll post it in the gamer tag. If you can friend him so that he goes right up to the top of his alerts.
Yeah. That can be a quick ad. I'll add you guys back as friends and send you an invite.
But as we're adding, let's go ahead and start our very new program called Easy Loot Trivia. Jovith, I want you to ask a question that only our diehard Borderland fanatics would know, and you'll let us know if they get the right answer. So, a question off the top of your head to break the wine bottle over the ship if you must on our new Easy Loot Trivia.
Yeah. Let's see how hardcore we can get with this. Okay. In Borderlands 2, via EchoCast, you find out that Handsome Jack has a history of violence in his past. So, I guess my question is, what family member of his was abusive towards him that you find out in Borderlands 2?
Oh, really good question.
Good question.
Yeah.
Great question.
See how hardcore we can
That was
get.
like breaking a bottle of Cristal over the ship. That question was so good.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hey, so
I'm
Jovet,
looking at the stream, see who's going to answer that first.
do you have a recommendation here on which character we should show everybody on the stream? I've kind of leaning into Claptrap, but
So the answers are rolling in. You'll have to let us know because I don't even know the answer.
It looks like Zach Toole got it.
The grandma, Zach
Yep.
Tooley. Congratulations.
Woo!
Actually, Zach Tooley also made the dupe wheel you're going to hear later today, giving out our racks. Nice, the grandma. Great question.
Wow.
by the
Nicely
way.
done. Nicely done. Very cool. No, that was a hardcore question. I'm glad you guys got that one.
All right, cool.
So Joveth, you think Claptrap good character to play as here on the stream?
What's that? I'm sorry?
Is Claptrap a good character to play as here on the stream?
Go for it.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I would probably pick Claptrap or Handsome Jack.
Claptrap Jack is fun. It's not actually Handsome Jack, it's the doppelganger.
Oh,
haha.
okay.
That's your trivia.
There it is. I lose a random act of kindness for that one. So Rogue 5 has a question. Do you have to play the pre-sequel first or Borderlands 2? Actually, Borderlands 2 came out first.
Yeah,
and then
so
followed with the pre-sequel. But do you recommend playing one of those prior to each other, or what do you think?
So my recommendation is to start with Borderlands 2, just because a lot of the pre-sequel does do a lot of callbacks to Borderlands 2, and in fact,
came first.
within the narrative frame of the pre-sequel, the beginning takes place after Borderlands 2. So if you're gonna play both games, go through the Borderlands 2 first before playing the pre-sequel. That's gonna be your best experience.
And then, so are we getting those guys added?
Oh yeah.
Zombies.
Sorry, I just started playing.
We'll get them in so you can see it. And then, I saw that there's going to be 4-player split screen, even on couch. Is that for both games, or?
Yep, it's for both Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel. They were actually pretty excited about that. We threw sort of a launch party at PAX East this year, and the whole setup was basically couches, like 10 couches, and all we did was have people come in and sit down and pick up a controller, and just like the 90s with GoldenEye, you know, you just sort of pick up a friend on the same screen. So I fought so much to try to call this something funny like GoldenEye mode or something like that, but they would not
That's
have
awesome. Now are you gonna also have cardboard inserts? Like, you remember GoldenEye, you'd put the cardboard on the TV screen and separate it so you don't let your friends in.
Oh, you were fancy with the cardboard. I had like blankets, so yeah. That was...
Yeah.
You get so mad at your friend. Quit looking. No, that's awesome. Because there's, a lot of games now have strayed away from the split screen on couch, but that's really cool.
Yeah, and Gearbox really wanted to have this back as a sort of like they felt that fans really wanted this, and they worked hard to make sure that this feature got made into the game.
Mm-hmm. That's great. All right, just sent some invites. Should be getting people in here soon.
We got Zero in.
Hey, and Tusk KM has a good question. Is all of the DLC unlocked from the start? I know that some DLCs kind of level based, so what's the best answer to that question?
That is a really good question. So Tusk KM, all the DLC is unlocked from the start. So once you start up Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel, it's going to ask you to download if you're installing it for the first time. The download is pretty big and substantial because it includes that final DLC for the pre-sequel, Claptastic Voyage. So in the game, you have to be at certain levels within the game to go experience the story campaigns. But for example, the characters like Jack the Doppelganger or Claptrap or the Necromancer, they're all available right from the start. So there's nothing to be done to unlock those. And it looks like Slow Plays also has a good questions. If I haven't played the first Borderlands, am I going to be completely lost jumping into it? No, because while Borderlands 1 was a very good game, Borderlands 2 does a really good job of sort of summarizing what happened in the first game. In fact, within the first 5 minutes, you'll get a really good overview of what the hell went on. So, no, you will not feel lost. In fact, I think Borderlands 2 story is a lot stronger than the first Borderlands.
So, just again, guys, if you're coming in a little bit late, we have Jovith from 2K answering questions today, so keep bringing all the questions you have on Borderlands. He's doing a great job. It sounds like he's got the answer for all Borderland questions. We won't try any stump questions, but keep bringing them in. It looks like we're having trouble getting Zombie in. If we keep getting trouble, Needles, you're up next. We will add you next to come play with Daniel here in studio and with Jovith online.
See, it looks like
and let us know if the sound needs to be adjusted at all on any of our mics, because we always want to make sure you're having a great sound experience as well. But go ahead, sorry, Joe.
Oh no, so XX April Rose has 2 really good questions. I'm going to tackle them each. How would you describe this game to somebody like me who has never played this game? That's actually a really good question, because
awesome.
as the person on the publishing side, this is how we think. How do we target people who maybe have never heard of this game? So for me, it's like Diablo combined with like any first-person shooter that you may think of, like Call of Duty. So it's got the really cool elements of building up your character like Diablo, or not Diablo, but like an RPG. and then the loot factor of being addicted to all the loot that Diablo has, combined with the first-person shooter. So it's like this really cool hybrid where it's an action shooter RPG, and you grow a lot more attached to your character, obviously, because you invest so much into them. So that's how I would describe it to you. Diablo RPG first-person shooter. Oh, and of course you can't forget about the humor, which I guess the humor I would best describe as like Adult Swim meets Comedy Central.
That's a great description.
Perfect.
It's just, it can be super absurd. It could be super like out there and just completely catch you off guard. So definitely worth checking out for the humor alone. And then the other question that XX had, that's also a really good question, is how long do you think it would be on average to complete? Ooh boy. Alright, so let me tell you a little story. So on Facebook we posted an infographic, and we were being conservative in our numbers, and we said that for the 2 games combined with all DLC, it would be over 100 hours of gameplay. Immediately people started going like, 100? You guys must be completely off your rockers, because I have over 300, 400, 500 hours invested in this game.
True.
Which, to be fair, is true. Go ahead and play every character, max them out, go through all the campaigns, play all the DLC, do true Vault Hunter mode, which is the second playthrough, or Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, which is the third playthrough. So, I mean, minimum is 100 hours.
Was that just a I saw in over his head jack? Was that a ploy to the whole I hate to say this on the stream, but it's right up now, the whole Rob Lowe commercial. Alright, taking it from Borderlands.
I missed that, but
yeah, cutscene. He just got taken down and goes in over his head jack.
Got it.
So T White asked for the Xbox One have both the audio and video been enhanced.
So when we say remastered, we mean we upgraded the resolution. It's running on 1080p, 60 frames per second. This is on single player. Obviously for 4-player, you can't get that sort of fidelity, so it's a little bit downscaled. But for the most part, when we mean remastered, we mean the video experience itself. Audio, it's pretty much the same. Just if you have better sound, you could obviously do whatever sound quality you have at your house. But the main focus on this is obviously upgrading the visuals.
And not to mention everything, I don't know if you talked about it, but what the game ships with.
Oh yeah, no. So the game itself ships with Borderlands 2, all the DLC, including the Headhunter packs, which, if you're familiar with Borderlands at all, last year we released Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition. And even when we pushed that out, there was still more DLC that was being created, which are the Headhunter packs, which are these really cool sort of micro campaigns that are about 3 to 4 hours long. And so what we did with the remastered the Handsome Collection is we put all of that content, like everything that's been out there for Borderlands 2, in the game. And then we took the pre-sequel and all of the season pass content, and that's you got Claptrap, you got the Doppelganger as a playable character, you got Lady Hammerlock as the other one, and then you have the Holodome as another DLC, and then finally you have the recently released Claptastic Voyage. So all of that content, BL2, BLTPS, thrown into one single disc. It's magic. I love it.
Yeah, that's an amazing deal. And this was actually the first first-person shooter I played coming into Xbox, and I love it. And someone asked, like, well, how would you sell it? My favorite part about it was the guns. Like, you fall in love with certain guns. I know there's this plain camo gun that I would never get rid of.
And I'm here going around picking up loot and opening chests and drawers and just exploring.
Yeah, it's just such a loot tat. Like I guess if you love loot, if you love customizing your weapons and all that, this is the game for you. There's just so many. There's literally, I think we say gajillion types of weapons on here. There are different manufacturers. Each manufacturer has a different effect on the gun, and obviously the ammos have different effects on the bullets themselves. So there's so many combinations you could do with this game. Like if you find a gun that you love, you'll probably throw it away within 2 minutes because you find something better.
How many guns? How many weapons are there? Do you even have a number? I mean, how many combinations are there? That's a question from Zach Tooley.
You know what? I think we have a Guinness World Record for Borderlands 2.
For most weapons?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now just to make sure.
That's amazing. the best part too. I just love like I can inspect my co-op partners and see what gear they've got, what they're using, and then you can initiate trades right from within game, which is super cool.
And so I think I've told this story, and I'm gonna actually co-op this with Bleed and whoever else on ExpertZone, if you guys want it, because there is 4. We're gonna start co-oping the pre-sequel. Maybe we'll even do it on the community channel. But make sure you get a good friend to play, because when I played it with my roommate, and he would snag all our loot every time and take all the good weapons. He'd get the purples and everything like that. So I don't know if that was changed, but as Daniel is pointing out, you know, you can trade weapons, because certain weapons and there's certain like upgrades, right, per class. That's beneficial per class.
Oh, here's some weapons.
Yeah, I can't find the exact. It looks like they had a number for the first Borderlands, and it was 17.75 million. That was for just Borderlands 1. There's no. I don't think there's an exact figure for Borderlands 2. But yeah.
Is there an achievement for using every gun?
That would take you a lifetime to get.
Rob Sean said only that many.
Did we say
That's
300 hours of gameplay? More like 300 years.
That's cool. Alright, so keep your questions coming. I see Noid80 has a question. He asks, does anyone know the download size for the digital version? You know, I actually downloaded it last night. I couldn't remember the exact
I know.
It was pretty big. I mean, it's, you know.
24 gigs for Borderlands 2 and 13 gigs for...
There you go.
And Tusk KM actually gives you the specific 23.33 for 2 and 13.84 for 3.
There it is.
And I believe there's also a day 1 patch that you have to download that
Yeah. So,
but again,
kind of typical Xbox One game size, really.
And we're not going to be able to show Borderlands 2, but it's definitely a different art style between the two of them, in my opinion. And really cool. I think they both have their awesome benefits and stuff like that. But I love the world in Borderlands 2. That's the first game I ever completed co-op. But it's really cool stuff. Well, yeah, we're not going to be able to get to Borderlands 2 today. Yeah, I know.
But there will be plenty of time to play it on the community.
Oh yeah.
Community
this is definitely a game. So we also have an ExpertZone community channel where our retail pros, our game masters, stream every day. Monostrays playing is actually one of them. So we'll definitely get this on our ExpertZone community channel. If you ever want to stop in and play some co-op, we'd love to have you too.
My bad.
We will speak again, John.
I'm trying to catch up with everyone's questions on here. Let's see. J Proa asked, do custom character skins obtained from shift codes transfer with your character? Yes, you should actually.
Can you,
I believe the full list. Here's what
there.
comes along. I'm going to read you the full list that happens when you transfer your save. You get your character level and all mission progress. I misspoke earlier. You do get your badass points, but you have to respend them. So they'll transfer over, but you have to redistribute all of them. You'll get whatever's in your backpack, so your backpack inventory, your weapon slots, all your cash and iridium / moonstones, all of the unlocked character customizations, including the heads and skins, and all the items stored in the Vacant Sanctuary. One thing to note is that the Claptrap Secret Stash items will not transfer over, so make sure that you get those out of there before you do the transfer.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about shift codes for anyone who isn't aware, and
so
how they can be
Gearbox has this really cool program, shift codes. They basically on social media, if you follow us on Facebook, if you follow us on Twitter, or sometimes if you even just show up to our events, we give out shift codes. Now each shift code is going to contain a random assortment of things. So depending on what we're advertising at the time, so you get, I think, 5 to 10 golden keys is the standard thing that we give out.
Hey Joe, but I don't want to cut you off, but can we lower down? People are saying they're having a hard time hearing Joe over the gameplay settings. I want to make sure people hear this. It's really good. I think it's the sound effects volume. Alright, cool.
There we go.
Hey, how's that? Let us know if that's better.
Yeah, I just want to make sure people grab what you're saying, because it's important information.
Yeah, so it's just a reward that Gearbox does to reward you for following us on social media. So if you go to the Borderlands official Facebook page, the Borderlands Twitter account, the Gearbox Twitter and Facebook pages as well. What we do is we randomly give out codes, and these codes contain stuff like golden keys and sometimes weapons. And what you do is, if you play the game, you use these golden keys and this golden loot chest inside the game, which unlocks a random special weapon that's really cool. And you get to use them, you know, as long as you have golden keys, you can unlock it. So it's a really good incentive to keep following along and following us on social media.
And you gotta follow Gearbox. Are you at Gearbox on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't think it's at Gearbox. Let's see what they are. At Gearbox Software. And then, but your best bet's gonna be at Borderlands and Borderlands on Facebook.
Yeah, at Slow Plays, I agree. Slow Plays just said, watching this makes me want to play so bad to start again. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm sitting in the seat just watching Daniel, and that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. It's such a fun game. Like you said, the characters, the storyline, the weapons, the gameplay of itself, all of it is really good.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The one thing for me is like the humor just stays with you. It's one of those things where, you know, you'll be, you know, on a hike somewhere and you'll just randomly think of a joke that Handsome Jack said earlier. A lot of it's really cool it's relevant in that it takes a lot of relevant internet humor that maybe you've seen somewhere online, and there's a lot of play on current events.
So what are we doing right now? Can you talk a little bit for everyone, like what the story is right now?
Yeah, so right now you're being attacked. You're on the moon station right now, and the moon station was, you know, if you play Borderlands 2, it was in the sky constantly. It's this giant H owned by Hyperion. And at the start of the pre-sequel, your Handsome Jack calls you up and says, "Hey, come to the moon station. I'm being attacked and all this stuff." So you show up. You're being attacked, and he basically wants to have you shot from a cannon to the moon because he found, you know, some potential a potential vault to kind of check out. But before he can do that, Zarbanon and her troops, which you can see right now. Yeah, this is the first boss, Flame Knuckle.
Love it.
Kill this guy.
Yeah. Very like breaks the fourth wall.
It does it a lot. So that's the situation. You have to help him out. He's gonna randomly help you out here, shooting a little bit like lasers and all that stuff. And your goal right now is to be able to hold off these attacks and then get onto this moon cannon to be shot onto the moon. Which, you know, it's your normal sci-fi stuff.
Apparently his fuel tanks in the back are the weak spot.
Yep.
Taking advantage of that.
Oh gosh, I remember playing this for the first time. I died so fast.
It helps when you've got buddies to distract and always be able to take advantage of that rear position.
Yeah. And one of the cool things about Borderlands is you can play it on your own. Like, you can experience the narrative campaign on your own and sort of like hop around. But it's definitely easier once you have friends to help you out.
Oh yeah.
Like, as you were mentioning, you can develop strategies like, hey, you go over here and you go over here and we'll do this, and it makes killing things a lot easier.
So I got a question. So Borderlands, what I think they always did a great job. If you're level 3 and you try to go into like a level 6 area of the map, it's tough, right? You know, they really push you back. What about if you bring a co-op partner? So let's say I'm level 3, but then Daniel's like, hey, we should play, and he comes into my build at a level 10. Does it do any scaling, or is he going to just be able to destroy the enemies while I'm sitting about the normal level?
It's one of my favorite things about
It's been
Borderlands.
such a long time that I can't remember, honestly.
It
I
scales.
believe it does scale.
Yeah, it's not to bring up another game, but it's not like Destiny where, you know, like you go into a raid or whatever.
Did you just say the D word?
I know, I'm sorry. But it's like, I mean, it is much more like Diablo, the other D game, where it will scale so that everybody has fun. Now, some people are like, well, I like it when people just power level me. Okay, yeah, fine, but that really, in my opinion, isn't very fun. Monasteria here, I think, is actually like level 45. 42, something like that, but we're all having a great time together, right? So that's pretty cool. Now he's got some extra abilities. He's definitely doing a little more damage just because he's more versatile than we are, but we're all having a good time together.
And if we bring it up the other D game, I have seen a couple comments that they love this co-op over the other one. So
yeah. Sorry if that's a faux pas there.
Wow. Something's jamming the elevator up there. That's super loud.
And that is the sound of our first random act of kindness for today's stream. Let us start with a $10 Xbox gift card. Good luck, everyone. Take it away, Nathan.
Sorry, that was so loud. I got scared.
That is our dupe wheel. It's kind of funny. The dupe wheel used to just be me trying to make a dupe sound. Now we've got Zach Tooley, who comes to all our streams. He does professional sound editing for us. We've come a long way. Our budget's gone from $5 to $25. So.
I'm so glad.
Hey guys, what I love is with the Handsome Collection, obviously you get 2 games, all the DLC, but there's like 3,000 worth of gamer score combined, which is awesome.
It is
and
crazy.
it doesn't transfer over, so you have to earn it all over again, even if you play it on the 360s. So it's a great way to replay or play for the first time.
Congrats, April Rose. Oh no, slow plays didn't. Shoot, they dupe. Oh, well played.
Oh man. Looks like we have another question. Oh, this one doesn't have a source, but I'm sure many people have asked this on the stream. Why isn't Borderlands 1 included in the Handsome Collection? Well, let me do the super obvious one. It's called the Handsome Collection, and Handsome Jack was not in the first game, so aha! No,
But
that's a cop-out.
Joveth, you could have called it something else.
True. The real reason is, so Borderlands 2 and Borderlands, the pre-sequel, were made using the same engine. So for us, it was, it made obvious sense to be able to do these 2 games at the same time to be able to release the Handsome Collection. So that's the very short, simplified answer. Borderlands 2 and Borderlands, the pre-sequel, were made in the same engine and were easy to put together in an upgraded bundle. To do that with Borderlands 1 would take a lot more work, and we would be able to get this out in time to you folks to enjoy. So that's the answer to that.
Thank you.
Any other questions you folks may have? I'm trying to look at the screen, but it's getting a little pixelated for me, so I'm gonna have to depend
hold
on
on. Here you
guys.
go. Here you go.
I'd suggest the claptrap, but I need you down there and help us.
I
find
put my
a way to
computer
save
through a
this
lot of
place.
CPU usage. So.
Yeah, you should see what I'm seeing is basically a frame rate of like 10.
Yeah. If you look on your Skype, it might be a little clearer.
No, I am on the Skype.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah.
Oh, look at this sweet loot.
Yeah, you saved my life a couple
Heavy
of times.
handgun.
So is purple still the hidden gem loot items
Good, a health machine. I had one put in here after
in this
Purple
sequel?
is-
and, lost his torso.
Or was that blue? I'm sorry, it was blue, right?
Mm.
Might wanna
I
grab
can't
some
remember
ammo,
now.
too.
Borderlands.
So there's
It's orange,
so
isn't it?
Each color has a different quality to it, and yeah, the best gear is gonna be orange.
Oh, the orange.
Yes.
Alright.
The cargo.
Yeah. Hey Joveth, I got a question. So how would you describe the new DLC, the Claptastic Voyage?
Oh, so first of all, if you haven't checked it out, you need to go see the Claptastic Voyage trailer that we did. It's one of the trailers that I worked on personally, and it includes Coolio's Fantastic Voyage,
No
which
kidding.
of course. And if you check it out, it kind of sets up the story. Basically, Handsome Jack calls in the Vault Hunters, and he goes, I need you to obtain this super secret thing that I need to have in my hands. But in order to get it, you have to go inside Claptrap's head. And of course, Wilhelm's like, oh, hell no. Basically, you go into the mind of Claptrap. It's all sorts of digital obstacles for you to sort of explore. But this is the first story campaign add-on that we have for the pre-sequel, so I definitely recommend checking it out because you have hours of gameplay, you have a ton of new dialogue, a ton of new story elements that are just hilarious. And like I mentioned earlier, this bridges the gap between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, so you get to find out the in-between stuff, and how Claptrap ended up how he was. Like, why doesn't he remember the stuff that happened in the pre-sequel? This will let you know.
the biggest town on Elpis. I know someone.
Yeah, we
who
should have
can
started
help
off
you
with
find that
showing
jamming
that video on the stream.
I will prove to you.
Or you can find that on YouTube.
You can find that. Yeah, there's the Borderlands YouTube channel. I think it's YouTube and then / Borderlands game, I believe. Let me make sure I said that right. Yeah, it's user Borderlands game.
Did they ever make a Claptrap plushie or pillow?
There was a plushie, and we actually have well, right in front of me, and I'm going to make so many people jealous. I have the Claptrap in a Box edition, which is the special edition of the Handsome
Super
Collection.
limited.
Oh man.
Well,
Super limited.
How many of those did they make?
We made 5,000 of these.
That's... Oh, man.
So there are
Can you talk a
5,000
little
of
bit
these
about
in
those
existence.
just in case one of them, like a unicorn, is spotted in the wild?
Yeah, so this was an exciting project to work on. So in case you haven't heard, I'm sure you guys may not even see it in stores because they sold out online within seconds. Borderlands, the Claptrap in a Box edition basically includes an RC Claptrap that you could control with your iPhone or your iPad. And it's a fully functional robot, like remote controlled robot, and it's got this really cool gyroscopic wheel. You just got to see it to believe it. There's videos online of different people playing.
That sounds awesome. That's actually what I want.
You had me at remote control Claptrap.
At that community event I was telling you about at PAX East, we had like a cockpit set up so that you had two remote. Not a cockpit. What is it? A cockfighting ring. So basically, you had two remote-controlled claptraps kind of going at it, and we'd have two community members just come up and sort of battle it out with the two claptraps.
It was kind of like BattleBots. Do you remember that show?
Exactly. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's awesome, dude. That'd be so cool. I want to stream that one day. I want to be able to fly to where you're at and stream on this channel Claptrap BattleBots. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. We could even bet real money and all that fun stuff. No, I'm
or
just
we'll
kidding.
bet loot. We'll bet loot. Borderlands loot.
So
Don't gamble, kids.
We just made it to the moon. We just got moonshot, and the first thing that I'm noticing is
Oh, yeah, no,
how
this is great.
floaty
So
my jumps are.
it's Janie Springs. So this is actually really cool because this is the first time that players are going to be, if you're a Borderlands 2 veteran, this is the first time that you're going to be introduced to the new elements of Borderlands, the pre-sequel. And among that, you're going to have oxygen. So you're going to have to watch out for oxygen in this game. You have a limited amount, and you have to go around searching for oxygen stations or just supplies that are coming out of the rock. Now, it makes it sound like it's a chore to do, because I keep saying like you're running out of resources, but it runs out at such a slow rate that it doesn't really feel that way. She's setting it up right now. There you go. So your oxygen is going to be refilled right here. The cool thing about the oxygen is, with it, you're going to be able to do stuff that you couldn't in Borderlands 2, like double jumping. You're going to be able to jump higher than before and then just butt stomp on people on the ground. Lots of fun. And just saying butt stomping is lots of fun. So
Now it looks like indoors is oxygen. It looks like there's this blue kind of force field.
yeah,
so
if you're
you don't have
indoors,
to
there's
worry
a blue
about
force field that keeps the oxygen in. So the only time you'll have to worry about it is when you're outside or, yeah. And if you run out, you could die unless you're claptrap, because that's one of the perks of being a robot.
Yes.
We need to destroy the jamming signal.
A jamming signal? Haven't noticed anything like that. You might want to get to Concord.
So here I'm in a map station. I know the stream's a few seconds behind, but can you talk about this a little bit?
Oz kits, we call them, to survive.
Sorry, I was distracted by questions in the stream.
Oh, sure.
What was your question?
Oh, I pulled up the map, fast travel map. Can you talk a little bit about that?
And while he's doing that, do you want to add Bullseye 83? I believe you already got him friend. He said the game's
sure.
downloaded and ready.
Yeah.
We'll get a full 4-person co-op in here.
Let's see. Let me add him first.
I'll go ahead and answer the question though. Sorry, Jovis.
No, it's fine. It looks like they just asked the same thing that I just said. Claptrap does not need oxygen. However, he will act as if he does. It's kind of funny. Oh, don't forget the. So, Bullseye 83. Don't forget the Borderlands crossover with Dance Central Spotlight. Yes, how could I forget? There's actually a funny story to that. So a while back, the very first trailer that we released for the pre-sequel was the Moondance trailer. in the Moon Dance trailer, we have like this little dance break with our characters dancing, and it actually says, oh, you know, and now a dance break brought to you by Harmonix. So that was the first time we sort of reached out to them, and they're like, we can make your characters dance if you want to, and we said, sure, let's do that. At the same time, however, there was like, hey, if we could get your characters dancing, why not have the opposite happen? Why can't we get your characters in your game? And so we just announced at PAX East that you're able to now download Nisha and Claptrap as free characters for Dance Central Spotlight, which is pretty awesome.
Serious? That's incredible.
Dancing as Claptrap is kind of weird, but yeah, it works.
That's great.
All right, so it looks like we're off the ship and coming out into the onto the planet's surface.
And XO Irish had a good question. What went into creating Handsome Jack's character, and was he based off of anyone?
Funnily enough, the voice actor who plays him is actually a lot like him in real life. So it wasn't too much of a stretch for Anthony Birch, the writer for Borderlands 2, to sort of go with that character. Anthony's super creative. He's super humorous. He wrote the main campaign for Borderlands 2. So in terms of his influences, I can tell you directly. That's a question that he would probably be able to tell you. But there's definitely a lot of, like, you know, villains that you've sort of seen in the past. Like, there's a little bit of the Joker in there that I see. There's a little bit of, like, you know, the charismatic villains that you've seen in movies before. But yeah, I in terms of direct influences, that's a question for the creator himself.
So I'm fighting some moon enemies here. Can you talk a little bit about them?
The moon enemies, I believe you're talking about the scavs or the monsters. I'm trying to see the screen. What's going on?
Yeah.
I pulled it up for you.
Oh, those dudes. Yeah, so those are just the monsters on the moon. They are basically the skags of the moon. If you remember Borderlands 2, skags were everywhere, so we have these guys on the moon. They're fire-breathing. They split into two enemies as you blow them up, and they're pretty crazy. So, yeah, we just wanted to add some more variety.
Love it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hey, so one thing I noticed straight away when I picked up pre-sequel and started playing was that the shotguns are very effective. Is there like a favorite weapon you have in pre-sequel?
So I like playing as Nisha, and Nisha's a sniper. She's the gunslinger. I am a sniper by nature, so any game that I pick up, I immediately try to find a sniper class. Nisha's cool because she's got this awesome. Her ability is basically she stops time, and then you can switch on the fly between different enemies to shoot. It's pretty awesome actually. You get to like mow down whole rooms of enemies, and with her awesome little ability skill.
So Jobus, can you let us know? I pulled up the screen. Where we're heading, like we're in the mission, we just killed those moon monsters. Where does Daniel need to be heading next?
So the easiest thing to do is to check out your minimap, and there's usually a diamond that shows you where you need to go to next. So you'll just probably need to turn around and go through the door. I can't give you guidance right now because, like I said, my frame rate that I'm watching is like 10 frames per second.
Yeah,
so
we see the diamond.
Yeah.
Just head towards the diamond.
Waiting for,
that is your guiding
springs.
light. In any Borderlands game that you play, that's going to be your destination. So if you're ever lost, or if you're ever looking for directions to where to go, look for the diamond. Sometimes they'll have an arrow pointing up, sometimes they'll have an arrow pointing down, and what that means is the goal is above you if it's pointing up, or the goal is below you if it's pointing down.
Makes sense.
Hey, welcome, Mac Daddy. Glad you could join us.
Ooh, someone got an achievement.
Yeah, achievement popped.
A little secret, I usually have everyone that comes into play use my gamer tag, so I get all those achievements. But Daniel never
Not Trojan Dan!
Zombie Kitty Mew, I think you should show people how the skill tree works. For those who don't know, since you have a skill point, that's actually a good point. You have an unspent skill point.
I do. I actually have a couple of them.
You need to bring that. You need to bring the menu up. As soon as you're done, because it's not gonna pause the action for you. So as soon as you're finished defeating all those enemies, go ahead and bring up your
gap. I think my
skills.
have
all right, and you're gonna hop on over there.
Yeah.
Again, it's a little bit delayed. So you got one skill point, which means you get to unlock your ability. Oh, you're being killed.
No, I'm good. All right.
I hate dragons.
Can't open menu.
All right, we got the menu
If you
open.
need to find me, I'll be back at my
You
cabin.
do? Wow, this is really delayed.
Yeah, you guys are running on a little delay. There you go.
All right, so go ahead and spend your first skill point. Your first skill point is going to unlock your first ability. So move up to the big. Yeah, there you go. So if you look right there, it tells you what each one does. So this is Claptrap. Claptrap has the vaulthunter.exe, which basically means he's going to randomly use a skill, and you're going to hope for the best, because either he turns into a pirate ship and shoots cannons, or he becomes like Salvador and starts dual wielding like crazy with his faux mohawk, or just any number of things. And you just hope for the best, because sometimes it can be detrimental to your group.
Love it. That's pretty hilarious. Cool. So now
And
that I've
then,
unlocked the
and then you
first,
have
I
three
basically
different.
can then
So each character has
specialize.
3 different trees that you could follow, and you could distribute the points any way you want. If you like to mix and match, if you want to be like for using MMO terms, like if you want to be a tank, you could go ahead and build up to be a tank. If you want to be more focused on DPS, you could do that. For Claptraps, it's actually interesting. So Claptrap's got 3 different ones. I believe one of them is the one that leads him towards becoming a pirate ship. That's the green one all the way on the left.
Awesome.
And then you have the middle one is Friendship is Magic, I believe was what it was. And that's cool because anytime you're able to connect a high five with another player, you're able to increase the team's bonuses. So either your attacks double and just various cool effects like that. Slow Play says a pirate ship sold.
Love it.
Wasn't
Now-
that an
now when it
achievement in
becomes
Borderlands with the high five?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went ahead and made that into an actual skill tree.
When he becomes a pirate ship, does Claptrap do any of your typical pirate jokes? Like, what kind of
No,
sword do
no.
you wear?
So-
Argyle.
People are gonna kill me because I don't know what the name is of the song, but you know that I'm gonna hum it, or it's like the one that goes. So that's what you start hearing, and then the cannons just blast on the beats. It's pretty
Okay,
amazing.
okay.
All right, I just sent Bullseye an invite.
Awesome. All right, so that is going to be for a $15 Xbox gift card. Take it away, Nathan.
Heart attack every time, I swear.
Don't worry, if you come back
Part
more
of the
often,
fun.
you get used to it.
It's
Yeah.
part of the fun. You never know when it's going to drop. All right, so we're making our way back to the next objective.
And I do want to do one more easy loot trivia, Jovith, before you go. But we'll actually, you know what? I wonder if we should do that for the game code. I think that's a great idea.
So, wait, do you want this one to be super hard, or you just want to see how quick people are to respond?
No, we're gonna let it stew in your mind. At the end of the stream, we're gonna give away a free game code of the Handsome Collection, but they've got to answer your question first. But let's save it for the end. So go ahead and think of but make it hard, and the answer's got to be exactly right. But
Yeah, let's see.
we'll definitely you can maybe slow some hints as the stream go, but let's let it build to the end.
I think I got a good one. It's not too hard, but I think people will be able to get it. So okay, I got a good one. Before we get to it though, Tusk KM asked, "What is the total number of achievements?" Which is a very good question. Now, before you include the Claptastic Voyage, because I actually did calculations about this yesterday, and this is without Claptastic Voyage. So, Borderlands 2 has a total of 1,625 achievement points that you could gain, which is pretty crazy. Borderlands the pre-sequel without Claptastic Voyage has 1,125. So together combined, that's a pretty hefty amount. But you're asking about how many achievements that is? I don't know. I did the gamer score points. Sorry.
Yeah, so people are saying, hey, Master Time, don't worry about the question. Everybody's on lag. Even when we're going through Skype, there's a 3-second lag. But on Twitch, there's even a longer lag. It's like a 10-second lag. They do that for competitive gaming purposes and stuff like that. So everybody's on the same
is that
lag.
the reason, huh?
So that means that Daniel, myself, and Blaine are not allowed to answer the question.
Aww.
And I know I'd have the answer, too. I would say it right away.
Totally.
But yeah,
I
no
believe
worries. Yeah, everybody has the same lag for everyone that's new to Twitch.
Yeah, I cheated last week and got caught. So.
Yeah, he answered it in the Twitch stream right when we asked the question. I was like, Blaine, you know we don't have the 10-second. So what kind of gun are you? Did you get a revolver?
Yeah, I don't think this is the right weapon for this challenge, but that's alright.
Almost. Just gotta blast both the targets.
It's not a very fast shooting weapon, but
So someone's asking, do you think you're going to ask the
There we
question
go.
about the game or the history?
You know, it's going to be a question regarding one of the characters in both games.
All right, there you go.
let's try
That's a
Borderlands.
hint. That's a big hint.
Finale time. Get into the air, then slam down on that pressure pad by crouching. Then
Oh,
slam
Zombie,
forward
that's right. I was
as
wondering who
fast as
answered that
possible.
Zelda question. Zombie, I owe you a $15 gift card. I will send it. That's 2 wins, but that 1 win was from last week. I was just asking who won our trivia question. Last week's question was, I did the flute sound from Zelda terribly, by the way, but Zombie actually guessed the game. Thank you for reminding me, Zombie. Nathan, can you actually put an extra $15 gift card in the
Yes.
note? Can you send that to Zombie, please? Thank you.
I am. Yeah, I was actually pinging you because I got her message on Twitch.
Cool.
Alright, so we're playing here. Oh, I missed it.
My gosh. I was just kind of curious. Can I ask the stream a question?
Yeah, of course.
How many of you have played Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel? I hope a lot of you have. I mean, if you haven't, that's okay. I'm just trying to gauge the room.
Yeah, I've played Borderlands 2. I'll start the answer off. I played Borderlands 2, have not started with the pre-sequel, so I'm hoping that a few of my friends haven't started yet and we can co-op that together. And I did not play Borderlands 1 either. I started with Borderlands 2. Daniel?
I have played both, but I did not finish the pre-sequel.
You didn't finish the pre-sequel?
Yeah, finished Borderlands 2.
I finished Borderlands 2. Great
Yeah,
game.
great game.
Great final boss battle, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
an epic boss battle.
Yeah, I finished Borderlands, all the DLC, Borderlands 2, all the DLC, but I have not played the pre-sequel yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream. It looks like a lot of people played the first two, but Borderlands 1 and 2, but not the pre-sequel. So, I think this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to check it out, guys.
You see all the claptrap emoticons?
Yeah, I love Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina's DLC was amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Alright, Straya or, who else we playing with? Zombie? Yeah, if you can, turn on the printer. I'm making my way around.
Played
Stray and
waited-
0777.
Sequel.
Oh yeah, 777.
Yeah, for those of you that have never played the pre-sequel, I mean, from the characters that you've seen, what do you think you're going to be playing as? Like, what's going to be your go-to? You got, let's see, you got Wilhelm, you have Claptrap, you have Nisha, and you have Athena.
Who plays most like the hunter?
Who plays most like the hunter?
If I forget his name, I'm sorry. It's been so long since I played. He had the hawk or the raven.
Oh,
Mordecai?
Mordecai. Oh my goodness, I love that little raven. I would send him out, pre-knock out some hit points off the enemy, and then just snipe. He was so fun to play with.
You're going all the way back to Borderlands 1 with that one. Let's see, who plays the most like that? I would say Wilhelm. Wilhelm has his two robots, and you're able to upgrade those to either do damage or heal, and you get to send them out to do your bidding. So I would highly recommend playing as him if that's your cup of tea.
I agree with you on Nisha because I love that showdown skill. I can't
Yeah.
wait to use it.
Showdown's amazing. I feel like I'm cheating sometimes when I use it, but it does the job.
Tokyo Stomp says I'm boring and like rolling.
Roland's fun too. I mean, you know, if you like your soldier class like Roland, like Axton, in the pre-sequel, I'm going to say that Athena sort of fills that role. So if that's your cup of tea, that's your player you want to start off in the pre-sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Can
think
you
I'm
describe what her shield does? Athena's kinetic shield. What's the big benefit to that?
So the cool thing about her shield is you get to like absorb any damage that comes your way, and once you absorb it, you're able to release it onto enemies. And with your skill trees, like as you upgrade, you get different like effects to it. So you could freeze enemies with it, you could poison enemies with it, you could do all sorts of things. You could have them explode upon impact, which is fantastic to see. But yeah, her shield ability is amazing.
Clear the lava.
Maya is dope. Yeah, Maya was pretty fun to play as.
Hey, can you talk a little bit about the cryo and laser weapons that we might see in pre-sequel?
Yeah, so pre-sequel, in Borderlands 2 you didn't have these weapons, but in pre-sequel you get cryo weapons, which you could freeze people with and then just sort of blast them into little bits and pieces, or you could go the butt slam route and just freeze them and fall from the sky and shatter them into millions of pieces. That's always fun and kind of satisfying. Lasers are also introduced for the first time, which is one of the things where you're like, well, why wasn't this in 2? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, once we introduce lasers, the destruction that you're able to cause with it is so great. It's super fun to play with. There's a joke in there where Torque, with the first time you pick up a laser weapon, Torque from Borderlands 2 just goes like, "What the hell, lasers? What? I hate lasers. They don't cause explosions."
It looks like people are starting to say their favorite claptrap quotes as well. Ziri SHWXO goes, he laughed the hardest when Claptrap said, "I'm not even happy I was programmed to sound this way. I'm actually quite depressed." Claptrap definitely has some of the most quotable comments of all time in all games.
Yeah.
What was the one, stairs? I hate stairs, or something.
Did you notice when I picked him as my character, it made me select like 3 or 4 times. Are you sure you want to do this? He talks a lot.
That's awesome.
Like, you're gonna be inundated with comments.
That's awesome.
I like the joke about the continuous laser stream gun that Torque said about Ghost Dad or something like that.
So we actually, that was from the trailer that we did a Sir Hammerlock and Torque trailer where they narrated the new features in the pre-sequel, and one of the lines is just him calling the game Ghost Dad. It's pretty amazing.
Man, I'm just wondering what question you've got, because I think that first question you asked was just so good.
This one, I don't think
this next one.
I don't think this one's going to be as tricky, but you definitely have to be a fan to know the answer to it. I laughed so hard at the stairs reference. Yep.
And so, is it gravity slam or butt stomp? I mean, what's the good technical term here?
Just go ahead and say butt stomp because it's so much fun. I think that technically the correct term is a gravity slam, but butt stomp is so much more fun to say.
It's more descriptive.
Nice. Slowplay says he needed something to get a break from Evolve, which 2K was a part of.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
On from one 2K game to the next. Really cool.
Yeah, I like daisy chaining him like that.
Although I gotta say, just a plug for Evolve and 2K's game, there's new DLC coming out next week.
That's correct. So check
with
that
some
out.
Xbox exclusive maps. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
We will take that plug. So, Rogue, and we get this question a lot. Rogue is asking, any Easter eggs in the pre-sequel?
Tons. tons of Easter eggs. I think one of the, I don't know if I should say it. Sure, why not? So, if you remember playing Borderlands 2, there was a Minecraft Easter egg in there. Like, there's a whole section where the level just looks like straight out of Minecraft. So, we want to do the same thing for the prequel. And in this one, there's actually a secret Super Mario level that you had to get to. That was one of the bigger Easter eggs that the prequel has in it.
That's awesome.
What kind of Easter egg? Yep.
Hey Jovis, what would you say is the best elemental damage for pre-sequel? Is there one that's more dominant than the others?
For me, I just like freezing people. So cryo is the way to go for me. I know that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's how I like to do things, because it just makes things easier. You freeze enemies and you focus on other things, and then come back to them when you're ready to sort of butt stomp them or whatever. Oh, I lost. I don't see your screen anymore. Was that intentional?
No, sir.
Yeah, I pulled that one off. We're getting some complaints about lag issue.
Ah, gotcha.
Let me know if you need me to pull it back up. But it looked like that one was lagging almost as much as the Twitch stream.
Ooh. Some treacherous terrain here on the moon. Lots of hot magma.
Let's see. Trying to dig questions. We got one from Straya. Didn't Iron Galaxy help make this look awesome? Yes, it did. It was actually Iron Galaxy and Armature who helped upgrade Borderlands pre-sequel and Borderlands 2. Okay. So they each had a game. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who did which one, but we basically hired them to upgrade the visuals on both games, and they did a very, very good job of doing that.
That's awesome. I love the Iron Galaxy guys. I know the team down in Orlando. I've hung out with them a couple times, and the people that know me well know I always try to play Dive Kick, which is like a little fun game they made just messing around, and actually became a little popular.
Good old Lang. Dave Lang in the Lang Zone.
Yeah.
They're making some other games for Xbox right now.
Killer Instinct?
Yeah, that might be one of them.
They always come out with a new
I just like talking
month.
about games. I know we're talking about Borderlands, but I'm just a big gamer.
I think that's all of us. Is there a rarest weapon out of the 17.7 million? Is there a rarest weapon that you can acquire, or that top weapon to find?
So the thing about saying which weapon is like the top tier weapon is because there's so many different combinations. Any weapon can become that top tier weapon once you get like a super rare one. So they could have one with like elemental damages that one has over the other. Like I said, it's just so many different combinations. What is the level cap? This is from Nemesis Lestat. Alright, so level cap. With Claptrap Voyage, it also includes the ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 2, which means that you're now able to level up to level 70 in the pre-sequel. Borderlands 2 was, I believe it was level 72. I think so. I have to check on that one, but I believe it was 72.
Right. Yeah. I think you're 72. And then it also whoa, Daniel keeps going down a lot.
Yeah.
Knowing that you can revive, but can't you also, if you kill an enemy, does that also bring you back up?
Yeah, so there's this thing called Second Chance, and while you're dying, as your health bar goes down, you're able to, if you defeat an enemy, if you're able to give like the last killing shot, and this is where your friends come in, because if they see you going down and you're about to kill an enemy together, they could stop and let you kill them.
Yes.
But once that happens, you get your full health back, so it's one of those nifty features.
What if a friend revives you? Do you also get your full health?
If a friend revives you, yes, so that's another thing. So you can either shoot someone down or wait for a friend to help you out.
Hey, just more reasons to play co-op.
Find somebody to sign for the posters. After all, I like to think I run a reputable organisation.
Just trying to get
Hey
someone to
Jovis,
sign
so
my poster.
Tusk Cam, will there be more level caps in the future, and I guess kind of leading with, will there be DLC down the road for pre-sequel?
So we haven't announced anything, and as far as I'm concerned, this is the complete collection for the Handsome Collection. So the level cap remains the same, 70 for pre-sequel and 72 for Borderlands 2.
Just gotta say, what a fantastic value, right? I mean, you're looking to spend, $60 on a game. You're getting 2 of some of the best games really out there on Xbox.
Yeah, one of the things that I
DLC.
did initially was I looked at the prices of the games and all the DLC when they released, and just I think it was something crazy like over $200 or something like that. But obviously because time goes on, and then the prices go down on a few things, and we had the Borderlands 2 Game of the Year edition packaged into one bundle. So we ended up with doing on the front of the box, it actually says over $100 of content, which is true. You get over $100 of content for the retail price.
I think the gameplay on this is what's the word? It's like Rolling Stones music. It lives on forever.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like you can always go back. It doesn't,
Yeah, timeless.
Timeless.
Agreed.
That's the word I was looking for.
Agreed.
And that will be for a $15 Xbox gift card. Take it away, Nathan.
Out of the action.
Master time, that's the dupe wheel. Anytime the dupe wheel goes off, Nathan will randomly select someone, everybody that's in chat that he can see that is chatting, to win Xbox gift cards, digital, and we'll send them right to your Twitch inbox.
Congratulations. Oh man, I am completely blind. I cannot see anything.
Oh shoot. Well, we're basically fighting a bunch of nasty aliens.
That's good. That means you're on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to get my poster signed. I mean, come on, guys. Maybe I can't believe they're not going to give me an autograph. There we go.
Yeah, they're fighting some
Clap got the kill.
earmuffs, everyone, some badass scabs.
Oh no.
Even the names of all the enemies. So there was a question earlier, do the main bosses, will they respawn if you go back into that land to get better loot?
For the most part, anything that happened in the previous games happens here. I'm pretty sure most of the ones that you defeat will respawn. There's a couple of patch notes that came out recently that tells you some new updates to the respawn rates and all that fun stuff. So I would highly recommend checking those out. They're available over at the Gearbox website.
Oh, looks like we gotta go back. Just a little bit.
Yep, follow the diamond. The diamond is definitely the
The
money
diamond.
taker on the map. So what was it like working on the remaster version? Were you guys excited to hear you bringing it back? And
Yeah, were you a Borderlands fan beforehand, or?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. So here's the thing about working on Borderlands. It's so obviously I knew that this was coming before a majority of people, so I could pick and choose when to pick up Borderlands and pre-sequel, for example. Like I had a whole stack of back catalog games, and so when we released the pre-sequel back in October, I knew that this was coming. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get through the pre-sequel once the Handsome Collection comes out.
Yeah.
So one of the benefits of that, obviously, is you're able to time things a little bit more. obviously I was super excited that this was coming out. A lot of us were, and a lot of us had migrated over to the PS4 and Xbox One. So it's kind of refreshing to be able to pick up your character from the previous generation and just continue on your new console.
Hello, scavenger. I have a package for you. Would you mind
So this is a
signing
question
it?
we always ask all our devs and pubs. It's probably the most important question you're going to get for the night. What is your gaming snack food? Your favorite gaming snack food? Mine is Cheetos. It's like one of the worst ones because all that
Wait.
orange stuff gets on your fingers, and so.
Yeah, I was about to say, how can you do that?
I know. I still do it. I can't help it. That's one we always ask our new guests.
Do you at least use chopsticks or something? Like
That's a good idea. That is a great idea.
Chopsticks with
we need-
Cheetos? Sorry.
Daniel, can we work with
Is that a great idea or
it's a great
an
idea.
amazing idea?
Can we work with can you talk to the Xbox team and come out with some type of Cheeto eating device Xbox accessory?
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah, like a robotic arm that you attach to your controller, maybe that just.
Yeah, but you have to make sure it doesn't put enough pressure that it breaks the Cheeto.
Yeah, no, of course not. I mean, you hit a button and the robotic arm just automatically brings them up to your face. And it could be like a gun, like some sort of like automated cannon that you put across the room.
That sounds
like,
dangerous.
Shoots Cheetos into your mouth. So many.
That I mean, a few inches off and it could go up your nose. Like that just doesn't sound right.
Yeah. So I know. I just have a.
Give me these posters.
So what is yours?
Let's see. For me, I'm trying to think. What's the last time I was snacking on? It'd probably be something easy like pretzels. I love pretzels. So
pretzels are good.
yeah, pretzels is my go-to, and they don't get all over your controller, which is one of the big benefits.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe a little salt.
But yeah, just to, and you know what? There's a funny joke about pretzels in Borderlands 2. So that's something that's relevant to the game.
Yep.
Let's see. So for you guys out there, selling this game for us and making sure that customers know what they're getting. Just wanted to kind of go over real quick what the Handsome Collection includes. So again, it's Borderlands 2 and Borderlands Pre-Sequel, plus all the DLC, all in one package. Well over 100 hours of content. 4-player couch co-op for the first time ever. If you can remember GoldenEye, that's easy because a lot of gamers are now they were raised in the 90s. If you tell them, it's like GoldenEye mode. That gets me excited. And you're able to carry your old save to the new. So if you have a customer that maybe has played Borderlands 2 in the past and has now upgraded to like an Xbox One, like you could tell them they could just pick up their 360 save and transfer it over to Xbox One. Process is fairly easy. Just make sure both games are updated, the 360 version and the Xbox One version, and it should be good to go. So again, it's one incredible value for $59.99. It's if you get someone who's like, I just bought an Xbox One, I don't know what to get. I mean, obviously you have your many games to choose from, but Borderlands, the Handsome Collection is probably one of the better options. If you get the Halo Master Chief Collection and Borderlands Handsome Collection,
6 games. That's 6 games right there. For
Yeah.
the price of 2.
you're gonna be set for life.
Yeah.
And the way I would say that's real great, but really what I would say is this is just a fun first-person shooter. It's super funny. Tons of guns. I mean, over 17 million. And you can play with your friends on your couch or via multiplayer. I mean, you can just keep it super simple because it really is just one of those fun. It's a new take, a new feel on first-person shooter, in my opinion, and I think it's a fun one that once you start playing, you're like, man, I got to keep playing.
Yeah,
it's a great one.
You're definitely going to have, like a lot of you brought up, you're going to have a lot of people who maybe are suffering from a little bit of burnout from other games, like Destiny, for example, and they're going to be looking for something different. And Borderlands, if they've never checked it out before, is pretty much in line with what they're used to in Destiny, with a very big, sense of humor that makes the whole experience super fun.
Yeah, that's right.
So you might be off the hook. Buy from My City said if an accessory cannot be made to eat Cheetos, you can always ask your girlfriend and see if she will. She's just in town this weekend and now she's gone, so I wasn't able to ask. But
I'm
not sure if that's gonna happen though.
I'm just gonna put this plug out there, being the Xbox guy. The couch co-op in this game really also gives you an opportunity to, get a controller sale in there as well, or a couple controllers.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, with the couch co-op, definitely.
Yeah. So you've got a girlfriend or a kid in the house, a teenager maybe.
Friends.
Friends that come over, and what's the likelihood they're always going to bring their controller when they want to play, right? So just, sell them a controller or two with the game.
Yeah, the controller's going to be really cool, because, I mean, like, if they're going to be playing couch co-op, they're probably going to get one copy of the game, obviously, but if they want to, invest in making sure that their friends could come over, the controllers is definitely the way to go. So that's a very smart idea. Very cool.
And make your used one you've already been using your guest controller. And keep the new one, especially for guests like me who might have Cheetos on their fingers. Funny story. Whenever I get a this is when I go on vacation, I get a daiquiri or margarita. I always get 2 straws. So when someone's like, "Hey, can I try your drink?" I'm like, "Sure, you can use the guest straw." And everyone's always like, "The guest straw."
You
like,
have a guest straw.
Yeah, no one ever takes me up on that offer.
That's hilarious.
That's how you can keep all your margaritas to yourself. But for gaming, grab more controllers, because more the merrier for sure.
Yeah, and because there's not many games that take advantage of couch co-op, like this is definitely one of the things that you want to sell with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so that random act of kindness is going to be for a $15 Xbox gift card. But don't forget, don't leave, because we're going to have the question of the day to win the full game today.
That's good.
Am I on? Is this me?
Huh? So Joveth, I don't think you see the screen, but we're almost on our way back to base to turn in our posters. If you remember what
Any
that mission
vehicles
is.
in the pre-sequel? I love the vehicles in Borderlands 2. And
Moon buggies and hover bikes.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, especially in the low gravity. You're going to be able to sort of experience a new sort of. If you like the vehicles in Borderlands 2, it gets a little bit crazier on the moon.
And aren't the vehicles a good way to take out enemies too, especially that hover?
Yes, especially if you just want to run them over. Vehicles are fun just because you have, if you're playing co-op with friends, you're able to kind of hop on and control, or you could be, manning one of the turrets. So it becomes one of those things where, one person's having fun driving, the other person's having fun shooting things.
Yeah. Congrats, Sniper.
Sniper's the winner.
Sniper Maverick's the winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Congratulations, sir. Or gal, I guess.
Yeah. Plenty of lady snipers.
Alright, so
out
Tokyo
there.
Stop says they want to see a kill shot with the gun before the stream ends.
Alright.
You think you can make that happen?
I think I can make it happen.
Hey, I'll tell you what this game is going to be great for. Those screenshots you can grab
Oh, yeah.
on the Xbox functionality.
Hey!
You can get some...
Good
with this
idea.
graphics.
Boom.
Double
Did
tap
I just get
X?
one? Just got it. There it is. Oh, click.
No, double tap X.
Double tap Y.
Double tap X.
And
there it is.
with
Oop,
Y.
You went
Alright,
back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that a new feature? Like, isn't it double
It
tap
is.
the middle part, or am I?
Yeah,
mixed up?
you double tap the X button, and then all you gotta
There.
do is hit Y, and you get the screenshot, and it saves it to your background.
And you guys just introduced that, didn't you?
Yes.
I think last month's update.
Last month.
That's awesome.
Or this month, so it was in March's.
Yep.
It was in March's.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
I saw the video tutorial on it.
Yeah. You like that?
There it is, screenshot saved.
Screenshots.
Really
Now,
cool.
that would be, if I can just put a plug out there, does the game have the ability to hide any of the HUD, or, does it have a quote-unquote screenshot mode? And if not, that would be really sweet.
You know what? I don't think it does. But that's actually a very good, thing to point out.
Yeah.
If enough people want it, I'm sure that's something that could be worked on in a patch somehow.
Yeah, if Gearbox is, got a little extra time or whatever on their hands, and
yeah,
just add
they're
an
not
option
busy
to-
with the
to
little
hide-
title they announced
hide
called
all
Battleborn.
HUD
No.
elements. Yeah. I mean, they're not working on anything else, right? So.
Actually, I mean, we did announce Battleborn. That's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
We announced it last year, so that's what they're currently working on.
All right, I think it's that time. I think it is the time. So here's how the rules work. Again, Jovith is going to ask a question on, I think he gave a hint, it's going to be about a Borderlands character.
That appears in both games.
That appears in both games. You have to get the full answer, whatever it is, correct. If you misspell it, we'll let that slide. But we need the full answer, and it's the first person in the stream to get the correct full answer, and I'm going to default to Jovith to let us know who that is. And that's it. That's the rules. It's super simple.
No. You guys are going to let me know because I can't see the stream. But
oh, you can't see the stream. Okay. I have it
I've
pulled
got
up.
it. I'll let you know.
I quit sharing. All right.
Awesome.
So tell us the answer then in Skype chat, and then I'll let you know.
All right, I did. Let me do it again. All right, so for you folks listening and on the stream, so one of the characters that appears in both games, that's a fan favorite, is Mad Moxie. She's pretty awesome. She makes all sorts of sexual innuendo jokes, and I mean, she can make innuendos out of anything. The question that I have about her is, who are her 2 kids in the game?
Ooh.
Wow. 2-part answer, too.
Two. All right, who are her 2 kids? So you need both name of the characters of the kids. I forget already.
Yep.
Who the mom is.
You need 2. Mad Moxie is the mom, and she has 2 kids.
What are their names? What are Mad Moxie's kids' names? Everyone's going to Bing right now, typing it.
Yeah.
Are they getting the Bing rewards?
You gotta get both. You have to put both.
Yeah.
There it is. STH. Some people wrote
SHT.
Scooter, some wrote Ellie. But SHT WI18 was the first one. Beat Stray out just barely. Scooter and Ellie is the correct answer.
Wait,
Congratulations.
Stray responded?
Done.
Yeah, while playing.
While
That's
playing?
pretty good. That's pretty good. But he
Wow.
missed it. Scooter and Ellie, congratulations, STH. Nathan is going to be sending to your Twitch inbox the full game code tonight. Hey, well, Jovith, thanks you so much for stopping by and answering all these great questions and for giving us that game code away. We love when we can get you guys on these streams and answer these questions. You bring so much more knowledge and information to the game than we could ever provide.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course. It's been really fun, and I'm just super happy to be able to get a chance to reach out to all you folks and make sure that you know what the Handsome Collection is about, and I appreciate you all being out there and selling it for us. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, love it. And then the next game you work on, hopefully you and Daniel will come back for sure on the Play and Learn. Next week we are having Daniel back, guys, for Disney Infinity. Are we gonna do the Marvel characters? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying?
right. Yeah, we're gonna show off some of the new.
same
new
place, same
characters.
time, giving away some of the characters.
That's
on
right,
stream
yes,
on there.
yeah.
Probably give away some Xbox gift cards again.
That's right.
But tonight is all about Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. Definitely go purchase it. You can get it digitally or you can get it on disc in store. Jovith, thank you so much. Blaine, thank you so much. Nathan, thanks again for giving out the racks. Daniel, always great to have you in studio playing.
Yeah,
but
awesome
the
to be
biggest
here.
thank you, as always, goes out to you guys, our viewers. You make everything happen out there on the ground floor, getting these games and talking about these games to all our gamers out there, and so we super appreciate it. That's it. You guys got any closing remarks?
See you
Like I
guys
said,
online.
thanks everyone for doing this for us and for tuning in to find out more information about the Handsome Collection.
Awesome, and check us out on the community channel, guys. We are definitely going to be playing this game on there. That's twitchtv.expertzone_community. And with that, everyone have a great night and happy gaming.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.